So this is part 2 of my 2-part video series of the Star Trek Fleet Command Officer Tool Overview. So if you've stopped by here and haven't seen the first one, first off, hi, welcome, and thank you for checking out the video. If you're interested in what it is I'm trying to cover, I have an introductory video, part 1, of this tool that you can go ahead and watch first to get your feet wet, get the links to this tool, and understand how it works, and then come back to this video because we're going to import our gameplay data into this tool to give us even more accurate information to help you figure out better crewing strategies for your gameplay. So link up top for the first video. Go ahead and watch that, come back, and then we'll continue on with the data import. So now that we understand kind of how the tool itself works, there's a couple of steps we need to do to get our data into it. This may sound intimidating, maybe a little bit daunting, but I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible and painless as possible so that you can use this tool to its fullest extent as I sit here and punch my microphone. So the first place that we want to go is if you already have a Scopely account, you're good. But you want to go to spox.club. Yeah, let's go back here to home. Yep, spox.club. And once you log in with your Scopely account, this will give you a bunch of information that is synced up with your Scopely account and your gameplay data. You can go in here and look at, there's Armada finders, there's cost calculators, resource allocation, syndicate information, so on and so forth. So a whole bunch of stuff in here, but I don't want to focus on that yet because I don't want to overwhelm you. There's a lot of information in here, but what we want to do for the purpose of our goal is to click on syncing at the very bottom. You need to scroll down some on the website to get there. So click on that. And for the demonstration purposes of this video, we're going to use desktop and Windows. So once you're here, go ahead and download that. So I can download it twice, it's fine. But since I already have it set up, then it's good to go. Go ahead and go find that file, and then it's a zip file. So you want to unzip that to a location on your computer where you'll have access to. I have it set beside the game launcher, so everything is all organized together. So here's my Star Trek Fleet Command launcher to launch the game. In that same directory, I've got these files sitting there to use this tool when I want to sync everything up. So once you have that done, you're going to have that folder. In this case, mine is C Games and then Spox Club. So there's those files that's been unzipped and ready to go. You just run the application, and the very first thing it's going to ask you to do is to link your Scopely ID. And this is where we're going to click on that. And as long as you have your information, we will go ahead and punch in our email address, and then we're going to give it our Scopely account password, and then sign in. There we go. Okay, so sync allows you to use your Scopely ID to automatically retrieve your player details, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Okay, nothing to worry here. This is all safe, it's legit. It's not, there's no hacking going on here, no viruses, no nothing. I'm very much into security when it comes to this stuff, and it's very safe. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit begin sync. Now, last time I synced this was 2 days ago. If you've ever done this, obviously you won't have that, and the next screen that we're going to see will look different for everybody. So we'll do begin sync. It'll start pulling that data in, and then it'll give you a summary of all the data that it found, in my case, since the last sync. And again, with yours, if you haven't done it before, it'll show everything to let you know that here's what we found. So I've maxed out a couple of officers. I've added some traits to Nero. I've upped some of my buildings, and I've done a whole bunch of research recently. So those are all the changes that it saw since the last time I synced, and we're good to go. Now, from here, you just want to click on Save Changes, and we're done. Cool. Okay, Looks like I had 2 instances of that running. So now we can close all of that. We can go back to our spreadsheet like so. And where we're going to go next is over here in migration on the very bottom tab here. Click on that. And right now, since if you're following along from the first video, there's no data in here whatsoever. It's all zeros across the board. It was nothing. So now we do the import from Spots Club into this tool. Again, very easy. Just go click up here. It'll give you a hover of the Spots Club site if you don't have it open already. So here's our officers module, and we're just going to go over here to where it says officer tool, import and export. Click on that button. First step we want is export. We're not going to do any imports. We're doing export only. So the first one, export officers to officer tool. Click on that. It'll tell you officers on clipboard. Go paste them into the import section of the spreadsheet. So we'll go back to our spreadsheet. And this is very important. We click on this cell here. So B5. Don't click anywhere else. You want B5. And then hit V, Control V for Windows, whatever. I don't do Mac, so if you're on a Mac, you probably know what paste is. And now all of our officer information has been pasted in. Go all the way down just to make sure. Yep, all our data is in there. So the export was successful. Good to go. So there's all our officer values and traits. Well, not traits, but information. Secondly, we want to come back to the Spots Club tool and do export bonuses to the officer tool. Click on that one. Same thing, go back to the spreadsheet, and this time we want to go column X. So again, row 5. So X5, highlight that cell, hit paste, and now we've got all of our information has been pasted into the spreadsheet. You can go ahead and double check if you want to. Yep, looks good to me. It's all the pertinent information. And now, if we go to, let's check out roster now. Yep. This is just to kind of give you an idea of, to validate that the data went in. So yep, so 0718, I have them at level 30, rank 5. And everybody else here, RX is 24. Yeah. So now all of our information has been input in. There we go. So from here, again, I'm not going to cover all these details, but excuse me. If we go back to our preset crews, we're going to see some things have changed, mostly down here in the grid. So if we want to go back to, I want to run some Eclipse stuff, and I want to do some Eclipse, maybe some hostiles. Let's see, I want to run, I'll give you an example here. So right now I don't have 4 of 11. I have apparently everybody else but 4 of 11. So unfortunately they don't have a color-coded label or anything like that, but if it's green, then you have the proper crew member for the scenario in the seat. So max cargo capacity, I do have Mavery, so he's green, and then first officer, I don't have 4 of 11, so this crew isn't going to work for me. I have Ston, but again, it's not going to be ideal. 5 morale, Stella, so I have 5 of 11. I have Kirk and I have Spock. That's green across the board. So there you go. You can actually use that crew to its full potential. We do the same thing. We can say, yep, Eclipse 5 morale, Stella. It'll even tell you again the recommended rank. Recommended, not required. So even if you still have 5 of 11 Kirk and Spock, you can still use them regardless of what these numbers are. But remember, this is the optimum scenario. If your Spock right now is level 2, you may not get, you'll probably, your shield may ding lower. You might leave the Armada with a little bit less energy or whatever the case may be. But it should still give you some expected results, maybe not at the highest expectation, but should still work. And there you go. Let's see, let's look at, maybe let's go back to probes, because we looked at that in the first video. Again, just to kind of demonstrate, these are the people across the board green. You know, most people have pike, Monroe, Chen. If you're, you know, 25-ish and up. If you're not, I mean, pike he's elusive. Okay, Moreau and Chen, almost everybody has Moreau Chen before they hit level 10. Pike, he's very elusive, but if you don't have Pike, obviously he'll show up in a different color and you won't be able to use that particular group. Sorry. But there'll be other options, other things you can do here. You can still use the information at a glance. Can I run this? It's all green. Yes, I can use this one. So I'll do hit the level 29 boards with this crew and that should be golden. Cool. All right. Again, so you can do ship planning, you can do away team planning. You can kind of really keep track of your docks and really get a good estimate of what your ship fully loaded with your tier, your level, what crews you want to use, at your bridge level, your lower level, and of course your below decks. You can add those as well and they'll start calculating everything. But the best part is that it's using your data, your bonuses. So instead of just saying a flat rate of, okay, you get a 200 bonus because you have Officer X, well, guess what? Because you have Syndicate XP at level blah, whatever the case is, you get 275 because you have these bonuses. So it gives you a much better, clearer definition of the data that you may be looking for before you start going out and taking care of business. Cool. All right, so I really hope this helps you. It's been priceless to me. Thankfully it's free. I'm learning a lot, and I've also got to a point where I know what officers I don't have and which officers I need to do certain things. So now if I unlock certain officers, I'm like, yes, I know that I needed them. So I know I'm a nerd. It happens. But at any rate, that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Really hope this helps. If you have any other ideas or suggestions, or if you like it, if you don't like it, I mean, nothing I can do about it. I didn't write this, but let me know what you think in the comments, and I appreciate you being here. Thanks. I'm Taurus, and see you in the stars. Bye.